Move to the next slide. The executive authority of the Office of the President is derived from Article 99. You go back a bit. The battery was full. The executive authority of Office of the President is derived from Article 99 of Section 1 and 4 of the 1995 Constitution of Uganda as amended. And as you may be aware, that our vision as Office of the President is a secured, well-governed and developed nation. That is our vision. And the mission is taking leadership in public policy management and promotion of good governance for national development. So in line with its mandate, the Office of the President, through the Directorate of Socio-Economic Monitoring and Research, carries out oversight field inspections and monitoring. What I want you to know, our mandate as Office of the President is to do oversight, monitoring and evaluation. The one concerned with monitoring, day-to-day monitoring and evaluation is Office of the Prime Minister. They are the one who has been mandated to implement. As they implement, they carry out M&E on daily basis. For us as Office of the President, we come to them that we have given you assignment to do. Are you doing it the way we have told you to do? That's why we come at oversight level together with you, the resident district commissioners, the NRM chairpersons. Ours is at oversight level because we are not the implementers. Hands on, hands off. That is our principle. So when we are here, we are following OPM. Are you really doing our work the way we have given you to do? And to bring forward issues constraining service delivery for redress or policy review. We have initiated a number of policy review where we have found after conducting oversight monitoring and we realized that a policy is outdated. My office, supported by State House Anti-Corruption Unit, National Building Review Board, Internal Security Organization, carried out an oversight inspection and monitoring exercise on service delivery in most of the sub-regions, like Bunyoro, Sogab, Giso, Sebei, Central, Greater Masaka, Acholi, Lango, West Nile, Ankole, Gezi, Kedi, and Teso sub-regions, to assess the implementation status of both central and local government programs and projects and policy implementations, because my ministry is also mandated to monitor the policy implementations. We have all the programs that comes, they are derived from issues. And these issues, when they have been analyzed, then government come up with policy direction to be implemented. So any deviation from policy guidelines, it means we are not going to achieve the objective. That's why we also monitor the implementation of policy. Methodology. To fully be cognizant of how the projects were being implemented, the exercise applied both qualitative and quantitative data collection methods, including document review, field inspection and monitoring. Like in document review, we look at what Ministry of Finance has released, we look at our Auditor General report, we look at the internal auditor's report, we look at all these reports. Then we also conduct field inspection and monitoring, we observe, then at times we ask key questions, at times we put people for focus group discussions. We sampled so many programs, so many projects in these regions that I told you we went to. The first one is Presidential Initiative on Skilling the Youth. We know we have so many presidential hubs, we have so many presidential training hubs in this country, and it is doing a great job for our youth, for the young people. We are now advocating that these youth, after being skilled, they go back empty handed if they can be linked to government programs like PDM and other programs of government, so that they are given startups capital after acquiring the skill. That is what now we are advocating for. Northern Uganda Regional Referral Hospitals Improvement Project, rehabilitation of regional referral hospitals, development response to displacement impacts project, that is Dr. Deep, for those who come from refugee settlement camps, Uganda Intergovernmental Physical Transfer Program, that is UGIFT project for both health and education, Uganda support for municipal infrastructure development projects, that is WUSMIT, school facility grant, that is SFC, markets agricultural trade improvement projects, those are MATIPS projects, micro scale irrigation schemes project. This is where we have got a lot of challenges. This is because of struggle for mandates between the Ministry of Water and Ministry of Agriculture. That's why we get a lot of issues with irrigation programs. Fisheries development projects, this one also has a number of challenges. Like I went to Gulu, we found a fishery project worth 42 billion, but it was not functional. Abandoned with government funds, 42 billion. You really wonder what our technical team are doing. Uganda Skills Development Project, Uganda Road Fund, I really supported the idea of rationalizing Uganda Road Funds, because for them what they do is like a woman who cooks the food and push to the children, whether they've eaten or not, it is none of the woman's issue. That is what Uganda Road Funds used to do. They send money, they don't have any methods of monitoring how this money is being utilized at the local governments and lower local governments. And as a result, as I went for monitoring, big districts like Tungamo, like Tororo, like Agago, like other districts, which are very big, for the past 4 years, that government has been releasing finances to the lower local governments. Those are the town councils and the sub-counties. They have never accessed these road unit equipment to work on their roads. Where has this money gone? Road funds, they don't bother. So when we went for monitoring, we realized that this money, some of them are being misused by the sub-county authorities, town council authorities, because they cannot access the road units to work on their roads. Because district has, first of all, a very big obligations to use with the road equipment. So this is a very big challenge that we have taken it forward. Local revenue projects. So about the overview of our findings, overall, a total of 639 projects that we inspected, worth 4.788 trillion shillings. This is a lot of money. Out of these 639 projects, 66 are under agriculture, 170 under Ministry of Education, 140 under Ministry of Health, 107 under Works, Trade 15, Water accounted for 77, Administration 61, and Judiciary 1 were monitored and inspected. Out of these 639 projects monitored, 245 projects valued at 1.793 trillion were completed. Mark this, out of 639 projects that I witnessed, I saw them, I monitored them, I saw them with my naked eyes, only 394 were completed. Then, 245. And 394 projects valued at 2.98 trillion were incomplete. That is what the director was talking about. They were incomplete, representing 38.3% and 61. So 61.7% of projects are not yet completed. And we are left with only 1 year. Not even 1 year. Is it 9 months? 9 months to elections. I don't know whether by that time we shall have moved. Majority of incomplete projects were seed schools. These are hybrid contracts. seed schools, the upgrade of health centers 2 to health center 3s, under intergovernmental physical transfer, this is UGIFT projects, then HUSMIT projects, and the construction of local government administration blocks. Delayed implementation of projects denies the citizens the critical services meant to be delivered by those projects, which is very true. I am going to talk about those challenges. When you look at the graph, it gives you the number of projects monitored per sector, which I've already read for you. Even the pie chart talks about the same thing. We go to the next slide. You go to the next slide. Service delivery challenges in local governments. There are a number of challenges that affect service delivery in local governments. The first one is poor planning and prioritization and sequencing of programs and projects. Like when you move and you find these markets at the roadsides. For those of you who could have seen the roadside markets in some other areas, you find these are white elephants, and government has borrowed money. They have constructed these markets, and they are white elephants. People are not utilizing. It's like those funds have been dumped somewhere, and government will pay back the loan. When people are not utilizing what? These markets. Then also, when we are monitoring HUSMIT in Chigezi and in Kitgum, loan was got 2 years down the road. Government is still working on the design. 2 years and you're paying the loan with interest. You're still working on the design. You really wonder how our people think. The technical team, how they really think. Frequent changes in the designs and the scope of works lead to several variations. All these contracts being given out, if you follow them, all of them has almost more than 90%, they have variations due to delays. Because if the contract work is to be concluded by December 2025, and you extend it to December 2026, that comes with additional costs that government has to meet. And so on and so on. Like the construction of 24-unit staff quarters at Soroti Regional Referral Hospital under the rehabilitation of regional referral hospitals. The staff quarters project in Gulu is another one. So that project is 24-unit staff quarters at Soroti Referral Hospital. It has told they kept on extending. The same with Gulu Regional Referral Hospital. That is the staff quarters also. Then the maternity and children complex at Masaka Regional Referral Hospital. The project has told they keep on extending for the last 3 years. They are just extending and no good progress of the work, and they keep on adding more money when progress of work is not going on. The construction of seed schools under the UGIFT projects, these ones were due to lotting of projects, the UGIFT projects. You find that a contract, so many contracts have been lotted to one contractor who lacks capacity to do the work. And as a result, this contractor fails to do the work. Every year, money goes back to consolidated fund. By the time money comes back, it comes back around May. By June, because the process of reverting back this money again by finance takes a lot of time. Then the contractor also lacks capacity to do work. By the time the money is reverted back in May, waiting again to go back to consolidated fund in June, finds when contractor has done now work. So money comes, contractor has not done work, money will go back. Next financial year again, the same cycle is repeating itself. And this is what is also increasing our supplementary obligations. Every time we're on the floor of parliament as government asking for supplementary funds. Because for this money to be reverted back, it needs to come back through supplementary. So it is a big program, a big problem. What happened when we talked to the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health? They told us that this is one of the conditions by World Bank that contracts should be allotted to one contractor. So we went to World Bank and told them the challenges that we have as government, and now as I talk, World Bank has relaxed. Matches, they are still lotting, but now you cannot lot more than 2 contracts to one contractor. So you can lot 1 or 2 maximally. When we had a discussion with World Bank as Ministry of Economic Monitoring. Lack of integrated planning and coordinated systems between the central and local governments. This is a very big factor that affects service delivery at the lower local governments. Those projects being implemented by central government, they just come and impose it to the local government with little involvement of the local government people. And therefore, the local government, they even lack, like if it is a construction, you don't have even the bill of quantities, you cannot monitor, you don't know what the contractor is doing. At times even you don't know what construction is being set up, like in Tororo district. In Tororo district, we found a block properly constructed. The district team, they saw it, but they don't know what is being constructed and what was constructed. And nobody is contacting the district, but the building was made in Tororo district. So it is a very big problem. Then water for production, even when I was still the RDC of Apache, I have seen my chairman NRM of Apache, Okavo, you stand up. We worked with him very well in Apache. He's a very good mobilizer for Muzai. These people who have left here, Ministry of Water, they don't give us any information. They bring their contractors, been forcing them for site meeting. Site meeting, I think we did only 3 times in 2 years. And the project stalled. As a district, we don't know what to do. They only tell you government has injected $1 billion in this project, 900 million in the other one, and you don't see value for money, and you can do nothing. So that is the challenge that we have as a government. And this must stop. And that's why now government is talking of the whole of government approach, where government needs to work together. This working in silos has brought a lot of problem. This is because of lack of your proper coordination in OPM. That coordination role in OPM is not properly felt. That's why people are working in silos. Poor contract management. This is due to corruption. Yeah, these people, contract management, I think those people are the most wealthy people in Uganda. Because the process of procurement alone, and they come out with lists of contractors, you wonder how they have got these contractors. Somebody has failed to do a work in Rukunjiri, you find a person in Buganda failing again to do another work, you go to Eastern, you find the same contractor is failing to do work, and you wonder what kind of people sat and kept giving the same contract to this company which has failed to do the work. You really see corruption at work. Yesterday, the good news is government is now going to enroll e-procurement process. There will be limited contact of people to avoid, like now, recruitment in URA. In URA, the recruitment is purely on merit. Because you go and interact with the machine, you don't see faces. They even the technical team, they don't know your name. They give you a code. So we have seen e-government will help us to reduce corruption. I want to give you examples. You have seen construction of 3-in-1 anatomy block at Soroti University, valued at 25 billion shillings, at stalled after completing only the first phase of the first floor pillars. Construction of 2-story classroom an office block at Uganda Cooperative College, Tororo. All these constructions have stalled. Even when we were asking for the hospital administrator, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know where to go. You go to this ministry, they will say, you go to the other one, you go to the other one. The one of Tororo Cooperative College, the principal was telling us, this structure I have moved in the Ministry of Education, they keep referring me. Where they refer me, I go there, they refer me to another place. And you don't know who has given the contract out to the contractor. And the contract work as told. Prolonged land acquisition and compensation for projects components. Museveni oye? Museveni oye? This is also another big problem. I think that's why in the last government came up with the constitutional amendment of Article 26, where they wanted government to have compulsory acquisition of land for development. I have seen it, I've witnessed it, especially like those who know this road construction from Rwekunyu to Apache, Lira, Puranga. The contractor, I went and I was so tough to the contractor. You find contractor has done the work here, has left a gap. Then again you find he has jumped, has gone somewhere. Then I was like, what's wrong with this contractor? Is he a witch doctor or what? So now when I asked the contractor, he was telling me the portion that he has left, the landowners have refused, don't touch my land. Right now the contractor is redundant because land has not yet been compensated, the landowners. So the contractor cannot proceed with work. And now what will happen? Variations. Variation with money. So government keep losing money in this way. Low capacity of local contractors. I told you, these contractors, they don't have capacities and they're allotted and they've given more works and more works. So the land mismanagement, this is what we were talking about. This is what we are talking about. You find one plot of land has been given to 3 different people and with land titles. One plot of land has been allocated to 3, 4, 5, even one in Kampala to 10 people. 10 different people with land title by Ministry of Lands. So we are following them. We are already investigating them. In Arua district, a private structure was built on the council, from the district council in Tororo district, the structure was built on production department land without the approval of the council. Misuse of government land. I want you people to go and check government lands in your respective local governments. Somebody, when the person become broke, wake up, go and sell a portion of government property, government land. So this construction is taking place in production department at the backyard of the district administration block, and nobody questions that who are you building in district what? Land. That is connivance. That is already a sign of connivance. When we want to look for the minutes of council approval to give that person land, nothing. Who has given out the land? Everybody is running around. So issues of misuse of land, it is so many in Masaka city, in Arua, actually in Tororo, everywhere. Land mismanagement for government is everywhere. Financial mismanagement. I want to tell you, as people concerned with oversight monitoring, the people whom you should befriend closely are the internal auditors. These people are our eyes. If you smell any rat, let them carry out internal audit. They'll give you facts if they're not compromised. So financial mismanagement is very common. Like for instance, where funds allocated for projects were reported as spent, yet the projects could not be traced. In Masaka, we were tracing for road. I moved in all the corridors. because they believe roads should be straight, but they move with you in the corridors. You don't find the what? You don't find the road. And government money has been spent. Water project in Dungamo, where a sub-county, I wondered, where a sub-county can wire 100 million direct from Ministry of Water to a sub-county without the knowledge of the district leadership. Ministry of Water wired money direct to a sub-county for water project, 100 million, we traced for that water point, we didn't get. Also, they were arrested, all of them were arrested. Also, extension of water from Chiora, the demonstration farm up to Chiora Trading Center, valued at 100 million, was never implemented, yet fund was withdrawn. So these cases are so many at local governments. And it is very important, RDCs, you need to do baraza. Sub-county by sub-county conducts baraza. Let these technical people account for the services that they have done in that particular sub-county when the members of the public are there to vet them. Poor operation and maintenance of projects. Like this low-cost seal, government is injecting a lot of money, but there's no money for maintenance, including even tarmac that we are setting up. We wait until when the last bit of the tarmac is eaten up. That's when we again go back for rehabilitation. So we need to plan for maintenance of projects that we set up. When the wind blow off the roof of a classroom, that one will be abandoned. Just a roof. So we need to plan for maintenance of our projects. Then issues of absenteeism is still a serious issue, and late reporting for work in schools, health facilities, even at the sub-counties, especially sub-county staff. Those ones, they don't stay in their offices. Corruption tendencies and extortion of money from the public. This is so rampant. This is so serious. Corruption tendencies. Most of this service delivery problem comes because of corruption tendencies. Like in Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, where we managed to arrest some people, before you're taken for cesarean section, you have to pay 100,000. When I was in Eastern Uganda, we were about also to arrest somebody. There you pay 150 before you are taken to the theater. The same with the PDM. People are collecting money. This money for what? There are so many collections, over for file, over for photocopying, over for what? You find these collections at times up to 30,000. Some local governments were paying contractors all funds, including retention. Not only retention. I think last week I was in Terego district, where a contractor has done work up to 50%, but the district paid him up to 100%. And the contractor now has got his money. He went away. So when we went, project was not implemented, money was already paid to a contractor. So we directed arrest of those people, the COW, the CFO, all those who are concerned. Engineers who issued certificate of payment. The issues of drug stockouts and other essential supplies, it affects service delivery. And now I was told that national medical stores, instead of delivering supplies after every 2 months, they take it only 2 times a year. I don't know whether it is everywhere. Is it everywhere? National medical stores, they are supposed to deliver drugs, supplies, after every 2 months. But in most of the facilities we visited, they were taking it biannually, only twice a financial year. Inadequate staffing levels. So there are so many challenges that we got. The hybrid contracts that we talked about, hybrid contracts, there are so many. Then also the motif issues of designs that does not suit the vendors, at least we sat with the Ministry of Trade and local government and told them to make designs together with the vendors. At least the new designs coming out will favor the vendors. These are some of the issues we handled after monitoring. Then we talked about weak monitoring and evaluation of government projects and programs by OPM. Not only OPM, there's monitoring at the districts, there's monitoring across projects, across ministries, MDS. So there's weak monitoring of government programs. That should be strengthened. Therefore, in conclusion, addressing these challenges required coordinated efforts from both local governments and central governments to create more responsive and effective service delivery system. Everyone put in the office of responsibility should act now to create change. I think you'll just look at this. You can continue. Let them see the pictures where we went and we found issues with agricultural cluster development projects. These projects also has a lot of problem. It has a lot of money, but they were not properly managed, the contracts. And as a result, most of those construction work stalled. Thank you so much for God and my country.
What kind of appreciation is that? That one does not deserve a minister. Some here. See when somebody says, I was like you. It's a huge statement. Now she's a big person. That time she was really small. In the Kamenge, you can imagine. So some of you are very relaxed. You're not sure. I think you need to give her a break because she belongs to us. She's a lady. Asana. Two, the intellect, the brain she has put in this presentation, it is hands-on. She's what? Hands-on. I think when she was speaking, some of you thought she was your age. She's now experienced, she knows what is happening there. And she cannot remain there. You are the representative in that area. So I want to thank you, Minister, for your able presentation. Of course, you know the office. Her contact. She will give it to you. You are going to get it. So she's in charge of economic monitoring. This is Sanya. You say it's on one question. How can you have money in your homes? And also have money in what? Once all these activities are implemented, the sky will be the limit. Who is the dictator of this of what? A wall. He has a lawyer. So you are the lawyer. Then who is the Karika is here. I was not happy the way you handled the water, particularly from this subregion, Nango, and West Nile, how irrigation projects have been discovered, how water schemes have stored money spent. When I was there, I was pushing Karenge. But anyway, this time, let me tell you, this is just going to be the last. I was with her in the ministry as an RDC. Me, the biggest responsibility before I go to sleep is to ask what does Jose want. That is the biggest. Because you don't do interviews. Your appointment says that you have that position at the pressure of the appointing person. So your one is to please who? Does what? How do you please him? Yes. Crack some whip. Get the contractor was done some show what put him in. You want to tell us if you want? Okay. Honourable Minister's contact. Honourable Minister's contact. 772 374 996 374 996 0772 374 996. She has another one, which is 0782 33 2762. Are we done? 0782 33 7262. 0782 7262. 27. So we are going to have some few.
Where is the number?
782 33 27. 782 33 2762. So we're going to have some few questions as we rush for lunch. Or you don't want to have lunch? When did we have the fight? The result was that one, yeah. When is everything? There's zero behind one. The one is the cave. It's not carrying. Of course, this one is chairman, but also the name of party. So you represent party between the other ones. Those are enough, right? Why don't you come say what the line is doing?
I know the trick.
Five.